Now, I talked about one of the requirements is to understand what hardware you're going to need, what equipment you're going to need, and we said that in a warm site, the goal is that you're going to bring your stuff with you. You're going to bring your systems and your equipment and your software and everything with you. Now, there of course can be times where you can't bring it with you because it's all been destroyed, or maybe half of it's been destroyed. So you need to ensure that your vendors can properly supply you with the equipment that you need. But here's something that a lot of companies have run into. They'll have, they've got their vendor, Gateway, Dell, whatever, laid out who can supply them with, the necessary hardware. But can they provide you with 100 computers in 3 days? A lot of companies have actually laid out, we've got our vendor, no big deal, but they haven't communicated with the vendor on how quickly that equipment can get to that environment. So things would start falling apart because they don't have it in place. So you need to review your SLAs, your service level agreements with the vendors, because in a lot of situations you're not going to necessarily have redundancy of everything. For example, if you're T1, you'll have the telecommunication company will have an SLA, meaning that if it's down, if it goes down, then they're going to recover it or give you another option within whatever, 24 hours. And so you have to make sure that that's comparable to your MTD. Make sure that 24 hours falls within your MTD value. So reviewing the service level agreements to ensure that your suppliers can do what you need them to do in this type of situation is critical. Now, even if your suppliers can get you the necessary equipment, are they going to bring the exact same equipment that you're using right now? Is it going to be updated? Is it going to be a different version? And again, this is something that companies have run into. That they had all, a certain type of server or a certain type of workstations, and then they get from their vendor, they get something that's new. There's something different with the processor. There's something different with the drivers, and there's not compatibility. So it's not necessarily something that the team can control. They don't know when a disaster is going to happen. They don't know when there's going to be a refresh or update to the technology. But this has to be identified, because if that's going to be a risk, the company has a couple options. Either you have your own supply, so you buy all of these systems and all this equipment and you just keep it in case of a rainy day, in case everything blows up, or you ensure that your operations doesn't require that it has to be a specific processor or it has to be a specific something. It'll be more generic.